Hello, everyone. I hope you're well. I want to get straight into what I need to share with you because there's a lot of things taking place, and I want you to be aware of everything that's happening. First of all, this Sabbath, let's start there. This Sabbath, 9 a.m., our outdoor service, you no longer have to register. You can just show up and put out your lawn chairs and enjoy being outside. Also, you're welcome to remove your masks when you're outside during our outdoor service as well. And so we'd encourage you still, if you have not been received the vaccine yet, to continue to wear masks. But outdoors, if you so choose, you can remove your mask. We still want you to be cautious and respectful of those, and be sensitive to where others are at. But just know that no more registration for the outdoor service and no more masks. Now, our indoor service this Sabbath, still all the same requirements exist. You still have to register. You still have to do masks. We still have to do social distancing every other row. Our capacity still has to be the same. Know that. The following Sabbath, let's now go to the following Sabbath. The following Sabbath, Pastor Andrea is preaching. She'll be preaching at the outdoor service, and that service will be open to our general public. Second service is only for the graduates and their families, the graduates of Spencerville Adventist Academy and their families, and Pastor Andrea will be preaching to them. We will be live streaming that service, but that is not a service where the general public can attend. That is for the graduates and their families. That is the last Sabbath in May, May 29th. And so please plan to either come to the outdoor service at 9 a.m. or watch the live stream. Pastor Andrea, though, is going to be preaching at both, and we'd welcome you to that. Now, January 5th, our regulations are probably going to be a lot different. Montgomery County is anticipating that on May 28th, they are going to lift the restrictions on social distancing and capacity across the board in Montgomery County. I don't know for sure what they're going to do about the masks and those types of things, but the mandate on social distancing and capacity is going to be lifted. Let me say a couple words. One is, this honestly came upon us sooner than we anticipated. We had been hearing that we were going to be in these types of restrictions all the way until September. So they've approached us rather quickly. I won't lie, I'll be transparent with you. It feels a little quick to me. But throughout, from the very beginning, we've said we're going to follow the guidelines and the recommendations of the CDC, the county, and the state. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to follow those guidelines. Now, within those guidelines, they leave it up to the individual institutions, businesses, local municipalities to decide whether or not masks are going to be required. We're going to have a board meeting. Our church board will meet, and we're going to discuss how we want to move forward in regards to masking. If we decide to follow or to exercise the option, I guess, to not have or to allow people not to wear masks, please know this. There's still some of us, like myself, who will be wearing a mask when we're inside in the larger groups. Why am I doing that? I'll tell you just why. For me personally, I have kids at home, kids that still will not have their vaccines, and while I am vaccinated and it seems that I would not be likely to be able to have the ill effects of COVID or be hospitalized or get super sick from COVID or anything like that, there still is a chance that I could bring something home to my kids. So therefore, I am still going to wear a mask. If you're not vaccinated, we would say that as the mandate goes, if we decide not to wear masks, that you still must wear a mask. And we'd ask you to be respectful to the community, to be respectful to the protection of our kids and other things, to still wear a mask if you are not vaccinated. Now, I don't know what the board's going to vote. The board may say, hey, look, just across the board, we are still going to wear masks. I don't know if they're going to do some variance on that. I have no idea. The board will have a discussion, and they will be the final arbiters of that decision. But I do want you to know that at some point, when masks start to go away, there will still be some wearing masks. And let's make sure we're respectful, that we're mindful of people see the mask thing differently, and no one needs to be, for lack of a better word, mask shamed for wearing their masks or for not wearing their masks. Either way. These are some things that are going on. But please understand, we're following the guidelines. Just as we said before we would, we're following the guidelines. And even if it's opening up more rapidly than we anticipated, we're going to continue to follow the guidelines. What does this mean for some things like Sabbath school, for the adult Sabbath schools? Again, we didn't anticipate that there was going to be an opening this soon. Pastor Lerone and Pastor Matthew are meeting and talking and discussing what they're going to do, and they'll talk to their leaders and their teachers about what they're going to do about in-person, indoors Sabbath schools. Again, this is looking down the road at June 5. I'll be reaching out to the adult Sabbath school leaders and asking them to have discussions with their classes about what they are going to do at some point in the future about returning to in-person gatherings together. These are discussions that are still ongoing. Hopefully we'll have those answers for you in the not too distant future. But what you need to know right now is that outdoor service this Sabbath, no registration is required, and we're going to follow the guidelines of the CDC and the county and the state of Maryland in regards to masking. So if you're vaccinated and you don't want to wear a mask, you are welcome to do that. Indoors, we're still going to be masked. We're still going to be socially distanced. We're still going to have a limit on our capacity. The following Sabbath, graduation Sabbath, outdoors, general open to everybody. Pastor Andrea will be preaching. Second service, the service will be only for the graduates and their families. Graduates and their families still masked and following those guidelines of masking. June 5. June 5 is the wild card. What is that going to look like? Is the county really going to fully release all the capacity limitations? Are they really going to remove the social distancing limitations? We don't know this yet, but we will soon find out. We'll find out probably next week. And so when we do so, we'll pass that along. But June 5, we're looking at various things. And so that's the wild card of what that is going to look like. And also, between now and then, we're having a board meeting, a church board meeting, in which we will discuss what our policy as a local church is going to be in regards to mask wearing for the mask wearing for the mass worship services, our corporate worship services each Sabbath. As always, throughout this entire thing, we've wanted to follow the guidelines of the health people. We've wanted to be mindful of your safety. And now, as we start to unravel, it's hard to come out of this time just rapidly. And that's what some people are wanting to do. That's what some people are doing. But we ask for your patience, your cooperation as we begin to work our way out of this, all under the guidelines and the direction of the health officials that we have around us. Again, we personally, some of us personally, will still be wearing masks inside. Some will still be wearing masks outside. It's okay. Whatever you are most comfortable with, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. And all of us will support you in that level of comfort, as long as, of course, it's within the guidelines. If your comfort level is I don't ever want to wear a mask and I'm never getting a vaccine, Well, if the guidelines say differently, then we will not be supportive. But within the context of the guidelines and what you're most comfortable with, then of course we'll support you. I thank God that we're getting through this. I'm excited about getting to see more of you. I'm excited about the opportunity to sing with one another. Now, I don't know how that's going to look either. I don't know if that stipulation is going to be removed in a couple weeks or not. That's still up for debate. But I do see that on the horizon, and not as far out on the horizon. Mark Willie was asking me, so what do you think? Like maybe September we can have him singing again, congregational singing. And I said, I don't know, maybe by mid-July, maybe by early August. And now, I don't know, maybe by sometime in June, we'll be able to have some congregational singing with masks on, singing behind our masks, but still singing. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to entail, but we're going through the process and know that we're on top of it every single day. It's a part of our discussion every day. Just as when we went into this, we're following guidelines, we're following this, we're dialoguing about it on a regular basis. As we have more updates about Sabbath schools, we will get those to you. As we have more updates on our restrictions or our regulations here within a local church, we'll get those to you. We will not leave you in the dark, and we'll be giving you regular updates so that you can be aware. But again, for this Sabbath, second service, all the regular restrictions and all the regular process of registration and everything else applies. For first service, no more registration. Come out, bring your lawn chairs or park in your car, that's fine too. Sit, enjoy it, and if you've been vaccinated, you're welcome to be without a mask. So we thank you for your patience through all of this journey. We're praying for God's continue wisdom and guidance in this process, and continue to lift us up in prayer as we maneuver through this together as a community. Let's do this together, supporting and loving and caring for one another and being patient with one another. All right, love y'all. Bye-bye.